Hey guys, welcome to another audio commentary. We've got a TVZ Terran vs Zerg game for you, and the Terran player is called SK Telecom T1. He's actually not from the Korean programming team known as such, but he's named himself after that, and he actually plays for the x.2 clan. Now, on the left-hand side of the map, we've got the red Zerg player whose name is some kind of acronym ACA, ZC, or something like that. I have no idea what it means. StarCraft players these days, you know how they are. Acronyms here and there. And Telecom, the Terran player, is over the right-hand side of the map, is Teal. He is playing Terran, and the map is Python. So, good old Terran versus Zerg on Python. Looking forward to it. Heard this game was a real good one, so high expectations, of course. Just while we're waiting for the players to get their builds up and running and stuff, I thought I'd say a few things about commentaries and so forth. Number one, I hope you guys are still enjoying the higher video quality. As you know, that means that I cannot upload videos as quickly anymore. What I'm doing is I'm basically uploading one part per day. I work part-time at this job and I work in the afternoons, and I basically start an upload before I go to work and leave it running, and when I get back from work it's done. But if I try to upload something any other time, then it just cuts into my ability to actually surf websites and play games and stuff, so that's how that happens. Alright, so checking out this game, Zerg player, Asa, I'm going to call him, his name is spelled ACA or ASA or something, I'm going to call him Asa. He's going for a second hatchery straight away before spawning pool, standard stuff in Terran vs Zerg, but the Terran player has gone for gas, so looks like we've got a very unorthodox build coming from the Terran. You don't often go for gas against Zerg when you're a Terran player. So this possibly means he'll be going for factory with tanks to push really quickly against the Sunkens, or he could be going for vultures of some kind, maybe into double starport for wraiths. In fact, that would probably be my best bet. But we'll see. Looks like, going for a very early factory. And only a couple of Marines out. And Telecom has brought his SCV right up to the choke for the Zerg player, and he's getting his SCV into position there. I'm not sure if he's scouting something, but Asa expects this. He's sending out his drones, sees the bunker going down, and Telecom has to cancel that very quickly, or at least cancel the build to move his SCV back. The drones viciously going after the Marines, and Telecom having to do a bit of micromanagement to keep them alive. These drones are doing well, but this is really cutting back into Asa's economy. Bearing in mind, though, of course, that Telecom's also playing in a low economy build, and he's cancelled that bunker, so that Marine's going to die. The drones are going to be back to work before too long. This is really going to delay both players, so we might actually start seeing a very unorthodox game with a very low economy. And factory's finished, he's going for a vulture, so this could be cool. This could be cool indeed. He stopped mining gas, he only needed the gas for that vulture, I understand. And this could be really interesting, rather than just seeing the cookie cutter opening with the same old stuff. We're going to be in for a treat, guys, taking a look at some very interesting early game play. And Aces responded to this by getting a lot of Zerglings. A decent choice in my opinion, but I'm not sure if he knows at this point that Telecom's got that vulture. Maybe the Overlord scouted it, but here comes the vulture. Vulture's running straight into the Zerglings. He wants to really keep the vulture away. And yeah, good dodge there. So that vulture's just able to snap off a few grenades, and Asa again responding correctly to put that creep colony down. But it's not going to be in time. That vulture's going to be able to get into his base, and it's just going to come down to how much damage you can do with that vulture, how many drones he can kill, and Telecom's micromanagement is really going to be crucial here. And already he's just snapping off with those grenades and keeping the vulture alive. Asa doesn't have Zergling speed yet, so that's going to be difficult. A second vulture in his base, so somehow snuck past the sunken colony. I don't think he's actually upgraded to a sunken yet. And double vulture harass here. This is really good micromanagement by Telecom, and he's actually going to knock off all of these Zerglings, and he's going to be going straight for the drones. So this is actually starting to look really bad for Asa. Those vultures are just going to walk all over his drones, so cleverly he has to just pull him out of there. Third vulture showing up, but it can't get past the sun colony. So Ace is really going to have to rely on that one base. Ooh, wouldn't be moving those drones back. That looks like a mistake there by Ace. He's managed to pick off one vulture, so maybe not such a mistake, but he's really left his drones vulnerable by coming back like that, and he hasn't managed to kill that vulture. And crucially, that vulture actually has range from the cliff to take out the drones from that expansion. So, wow. This looks really bad for Acer, and SK Telecom just showing off some excellent micromanagement with those vultures, and just popping off units left and right. Acer's now got 2 more zerglings, but if Telecom keeps this up, oh, he's down to like 20 hit points now. This looks tough. The vulture is still alive. It can only withstand a couple more hits, really. But zerglings coming left and right. Ace is just desperate to get rid of this vulture. Still popping off zerglings. Still actually taking out both zerglings. Drones chasing it around. Another zergling's been created, and still can't take out that vulture. That vulture's just got free range. 15 kills on that vulture. Wow! Like for 75 minerals on a vulture, man. That is insane stuff. It's totally crippled the Zerg economy, basically. Well, I say crippled when, I really mean just severely damaged, because remember, he's still got a lot of drones over at his natural expansion. That's protected with the Sunken Colony. In the meantime, Terran player hasn't got that much. And Hydralist in. Oh, excuse me. It's cold over here in New Zealand. That vulture, wow, still down. Only 5 hit points left, so just needs a single hit from that Zergling to take it out. But SK Telecom, our Terran friend here, is not going to let that happen. Drone's now chasing. He's been really good with the actual decisions of where to move the vulture. He's always moving in such a direction that he stays out of range, and finally the drones managed to take out the vulture. But in the meantime, I have no idea how he managed to multitask all those barracks and marines, but somehow, while doing that insane vulture micromanagement, this Terran player has somehow managed to build all of those marine medics. He must have hotkeyed them really effectively, and just spammed them while harassing with that vulture. This is insane stuff, guys. And Acer again responding as he needs to get as many sunken colonies as he can. He's gonna need them. He's got no zerglings really to protect, and with a marine medic force like that, he should be able to break through a lot of those sunkens, if not all of them, in time, especially if they haven't finished morphing. And he's got to be quick though. So Telecom coming in now. Looks like he's stemming up. Telecom's going for it. Just charging straight for that sunken which has been morphed. More of them are popping out. Drones coming off the line to defend. This could be tight. Marines actually going down left and right. Drones are going to be starting to pick off soon. Oh, 3 sunkens have been morphed. Looks like SK Telecom is not going to break it after all. And very fortunate turn of events. So Asus managed to hold this one back. He's morphing to Lair. He's got that Hydralist Den up, as I mentioned. And still 2 base economy against the Terran's 1 base, but if he's got any tanks, as I suspect that he does, then that's going to be tough. Ooh, trying to pick off that Overlord. Not enough range, of course, not enough sight, and wow, that would have been nasty if Ace had lost it, because he's really hurting for cash and resources as it is. So SK Telecom still in a very strong position despite losing all of those Marines to the Sunkens. He's got a tank coming in now, so with that tank and Siege Smoke being produced, all he has to do is just camp down and blast those Sunkens. With so many Marines, he's not really going to be worried about any Hydralisks. I don't think that Acer really has the resources to get enough Lurkers in time to defend this. So coming in for... No. Pulls back, realizes that was a silly move. Yeah, so SK Telecom, good micro, just making a couple of sloppy decisions, but I mean, pressure is on both these players. Never forget that when you're watching a replay like this, it is so hard to do everything perfectly. You're just so worried about so many different things, and of course you're in the dark about what your opponent is doing by and large, so it's tough to play perfectly. And that tank is now in position, shelling away at the sunken colonies. Ace is really going to have to respond here. He's morphing more of them in, and this is going to cost him drones. But before long, I mean, that tank's going to clean them up. So he's really just buying himself time here, putting down those extra colonies. And what are those medics doing? Oh, lost a medic there. Very careless. And drones just being put off the line to put down more colonies. He's just desperate to stave off this Terran attack before he can get some troops together. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Trying to get more overlords. He's got a couple of Hydralisks being put in. And here come the Terrans, charging straight into the sunken colonies. Drones being pulled off the line. These Terrans are just going straight at it. Whoa, they got pushed back again.